Or us removing MLK or Juneteenth from them state parks. Our asses don't be there, especially on those 2 days. We be at a fucking cookout, okay? We be at a park. We be at our grandma's house, all right? We on the fucking grill. We listening to two-step music. We got on matching fucking shirts. We at a goddamn parade. We ain't trying to go see no fucking water buffalo in no goddamn park. Especially when some of them goddamn parks are stolen land, i.e. Native Americans. Mount Rushmore is stolen. I don't give a fuck about them parks, and black folks don't either. We didn't give a fuck about y'all making Juneteenth a fucking national holiday either. Y'all keep taking shit and giving shit we don't give a fuck about. Of course we know it's racism. And his little Peter whacker was so small that he had to make sure that his birthday was in replace of that shit. Only small men do shit like that. He thinks he's hurting our feelings, but we don't really give a fuck. Now ban us from the grill, take lemon pepper hot wings from us, and get rid of our Frankie, Beverly, and Mays, and then we'll fuck you up. I don't give a...
Hello everyone, greetings and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge that everything I say comes from my heart and reflects what many Black Americans feel and believe. I understand that opinions are diverse and I respect that. This is my perspective, nothing more, nothing less. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more commentaries like this. Now, let's get to it.
So real quick, do you know how insecure and insignificant and racist you have to be to remove Juneteenth and MLK Jr. Day as free passes to national parks, but insert your birthday, which no one knows nor cares about? It is not a federal holiday. Your birthday doesn't matter. You walking bag of bed sores. I am so sick and tired of this administration. This is exactly why Pantone chose that color of the year, because that's what it's looking like. Absolutely ridiculous.
Nice. Let's see the list. Oh. Something is missing here. You know, it's becoming a burden being this right all the time. Anyways, roll the clip.
Now, remember when I made that video talking about how this administration is fighting a little bit too hard for Columbus Day? And how I feel like it has something to do with MLK Day? I just can't prove.
No. Not just that clip. Play the other one too.
Well, here comes Paul, a Trump nominee for a federal position. He already works for the administration, by the way. He got leaked in some text saying, I think the MLK Day should be tossed into hell and all other black holidays should be eviscerated.
No? Play that other clip too. Go ahead.
Out of those 11 federal holidays, can y'all guess how many of those are named after people? 2. Christopher Columbus and Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, we got MLK Day and we got Christopher Columbus Day. Now, I want you to think. If they have to remove Columbus Day, that leaves one federal holiday named after a person. Now, I know y'all gonna see this video, and y'all gonna try to explain it away, but I did have a question. Why remove the days? Why remove them? Why not just add the days you wanted to add to the days that were already there? But that's not what you did. You removed them. Why do that? And listen, let me get this correct. I'm not mad that he added more days. I think it's great that he added more days for people to go to the park for free. I love that. Except for Flag Day. I didn't really understand Flag Day. It confused me a little bit. It's just a random day and it... Oh. Flag Day is, it's Trump's birthday. That makes sense. Now listen, I'm not going to go there with y'all. But I just wanted to let you know, if you ever heard of the salami slicing tactic, it's when they produce a bunch of small actions in order to get their larger action done. A larger action that would be unlawful or quite difficult to do. So they just keep slicing and slicing and slicing very small until they get that large action done. And when they get that large action done, y'all gonna be back here with me again. We might have to sing that song. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, stay out of trouble. Wait, play that song for me.
Luther King is not an immigrant that came to this country voluntarily. He's not. And Juneteenth is not an immigrant. It's not. It marks the end of slavery in America. That's what Juneteenth is. Martin Luther King is a freedom fighter who fought for the freedoms of black people. That's what he did. And Trump went ahead and removed those 2 days free park entry from those 2 days. So free entry to National Park on those 2 days, MLK Day and Juneteenth, is no longer going to be allowed in 2026. And he just moved it to his own birthday, which happens to be on Flag Day. It is June 14th. Yeah, he did that. Oh, Trump ain't gonna trouble us. He's just not us. Damn immigrants.
Ain't nobody out here beefing with America's national parks except Donald Trump. And apparently, Martin Luther King Jr. and Juneteenth were just too woke for the trees. Because here's the crazy part. He could have just added June 14th, his little birthday/Flag Day remix, without removing anything. There's no rule, no limit, no cap. But nuh-uh. His ego said, how dare MLK and Juneteenth breathe the same fee-free air as me? And now MLK Day, the National Day of Service, went from show up and give back to show up and pay $30 at the door. We would have whole volunteer groups coming out to clean trails, restore landmarks, help park rangers. Now it's like, hey, bring your gloves. Oh, and also your debit card. How you turn a service day into a cover charge. And then Juneteenth, the holiday celebrating the end of slavery, oh, that one gets full price. But Trump's birthday, it's free for U.S. residents. Like Juneteenth ain't a whole federal holiday now. Make it make sense. This wasn't about money. It wasn't about parks. It wasn't even about fees. It was straight up prioritizing his symbolism over ours. He's rewriting the calendar because he can't rewrite history, so he's trying to control who gets access to it for free. But here's what he forgot. Black folks don't need a free day to celebrate anything. We celebrated Juneteenth in backyards, church basements, empty lots, and front porches before it was ever federal. We celebrated MLK's legacy long before the government acknowledged it. Removing it from a calendar don't remove it from our spirit. So Trump can keep playing calendar Jenga with our holidays if he wants. Black people still gonna celebrate, with or without a park pass. What do y'all think? Is this patriotism or petty with a permit?
You can't make this up. You know it's got to be something. If you catch me in my moo-moo, you know it was not my plan to come in here until this afternoon. I had plans. I had brunch. But this couldn't wait. Sit down, because you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. So this one is surprise, surprise. You know, even for American politics, I know it's a lot going on, y'all, but this literally doesn't make any sense to me at all. So with all of this crap that's going on right now, see, I'm ready to cuss. I'm ready to really go in, you know, and I can go in, so I'm trying to do my best. But this administration, while we are watching everything else that is going on, has quietly restructured the list of national holidays that grant free entry into the national park, the U.S. national parks. And 2 major federal holidays honoring Black history have been removed. I know that doesn't mean a lot to a lot of y'all, but pause. Let's tell you what it is. I'm sure you know. So the MLK holiday and Juneteenth
are no longer free entry days. But guess what is? Can you guess? June 14th, Donald Trump's birthday, has been added in their place. That's not a typo. I didn't just have a slip of the tongue. I did the research and I ran to my little office so I could come and tell you all. I haven't even had, I was getting dressed so I could go and do my little two-piece on the Saturday with the fuzzy socks and the little outfit and go and have brunch. But oh no. No. This is saying a lot, y'all. And I need y'all to understand what this symbolism is really, really saying. Because I think we think this is still a game. I think we think that we're going to wake up and this is just going to be a bad dream. So according to official releases from the Department of the Interior and reporting from Axios, Newsweek, SFGate, and the New Republic, and more, beginning in 2026. 2026. Amen. The National Park Service will shift toward what it calls resident-only patriotic fee-free days. But here's what that means. MLK Day has been removed. Juneteenth has been removed. But Trump's birthday added as a free park day. But that actually is Flag Day, right? But they took all the other ones out. Now only patriotic holidays remain alongside Theodore Roosevelt's birthday and the NPS anniversary. Two holidays rooted in civil rights, Black history, Black American history have been replaced with a day celebrating the man that is currently reshaping the federal fucking government in his own image. How y'all feel about that? And many of you will say, oh, well, none of that matters. None of it matters. So it's more than just a perk when they have those fee-free park days, right? This day matters because it's telling you when you get those fee-free days that you matter. Come on in, National Park Service. So for years, free entry on MLK Day and Juneteenth actually is a symbol of something more important. It's a recognition of Black contribution to this country, struggle, liberation, and the right to access national parks that historically excluded Black folks. Removing these days sends an entirely different message. It says, these histories ain't worth commemorating because you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit. Yeah, I'm there today. Because all week long, I just been holding it in, because now folks is watching the page or whatever, and people got stuff to say. But right now, I don't even care. Yeah. Because everybody wants people to just lay down so other folks can be comfortable. And I'm over it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to feel bad. Oh, well, you really don't matter, but you don't even understand. There was a time that the people in my community weren't even being invited in. The narrative of America that most matters now is one tied to nationalism and not civil rights for people. While we strip people, and yes, we can laugh about those people who voted for this and who are now starting to feel the wrath of the very things that the 92% and others said was going to happen, but you didn't believe that fat meat was greasy. So now this dude is giving himself birthday special status. That's unprecedented. It's branding. Have you been to the White House website lately? You haven't? No. Go on over there. It's branding. It's corporate branding. It's political branding embedded into federal policy And we just tiptoeing through the tulips, just happy as a fucking clam because it ain't hit home yet. Oh no, we don't give a damn. We don't care. So here's what the new calendar, the free entry calendar is going to look like. I'm looking at it right now. President's Day, Memorial Day, June 14th. That's Trump's birthday, Flag Day. Independence Day weekend and the National Park Service's 110th anniversary that's coming up. Constitution Day, Theodore Roosevelt's birthday, and Veterans Day. Missing from the list, MLK and Juneteenth. Yeah, there you go. All right, now these are not minor holidays. These were pillars of Americans who were fighting for the rights of all people. Civil rights legacy being erased from one of the nation's largest public institutions where there was a time that we couldn't even go. We weren't allowed to go. We had our own parks and our own beaches. So, okay, so advocacy group Soul Track Outdoors slammed the policy as exclusionary and regressive. Editorials across major publications note that the administration is reshaping the National Park Service to reflect only one version of patriotism, one that aligns with Trump's political brand while minimizing Black historical remembrance. And it fits into a broader pattern we've been tracking all year. All year. We've been talking about it. And now people are nervous and they don't want to talk about it because, it really couldn't be happening while they're literally rewriting what America is and always has been. It's supposed to be the great American melting pot, right? I could go on and on and on. Let's be clear, this is not accidental. You don't accidentally delete MLK and Juneteenth. You don't accidentally add a president's birthday. This was deliberate, it was symbolic, and it was strategic. And we're going to sit by and we're going to do nothing. And we're going to eat fried chicken and we're going to eat fried fish and we're going to line dance and we're going to have our boots on the ground. Because one thing that you can't do is you cannot remove the history that beats within the hearts of the people that are the descendants and those who are still alive who were part of that civil rights movement and who are the benefactors of such. We're going to still party. We still going to kick it. We still going to remember anyway. But let's talk about that. That you cannot stop. The National Park Service has always been about conservation, but it's also about national storytelling, folks. This is a story you will never be able to erase. I don't care what you do. We here. We've always been here. So go on here with your little crayon and write some more. Because while you're doing that, we're going to continue to still tell our stories. And y'all still going to try to take that too. We'll see you around.
Project 2025 has been checked off since the Trump administration has been in office. Today, y'all, probably seconds ago, they just erased Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth from being a free admission at the national parks. They erased it and put it with Flag Day, which happens to be Donald Trump's birthday. Listen, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to take us back, we're not going anywhere. We are here to stay. We done persevered through some of the toughest times. It's going to continue to persevere because it's what's in us. And y'all terrified of what lives within us because y'all don't have that. We already know what it is. This is why y'all ain't got no panic or no uproar out of us, because in reality, we don't really care. We know how to fight back now with our brains and not our hands and not our fists. We don't want war. We want peace. And y'all want to just have all of this. Listen, it's not our fault that y'all women don't want to have no babies. Because guess what? We going to have our babies no matter how it is and what it is. I'm just saying. But y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. We ain't going back 100 years. We going to go forward 100. And whatever you do and however you and your party does it, guess what? It's not going to work, because guess what? We stand strong with our ancestors and the ancestors before us. But y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. But this is like not, you know what I'm saying, surprising. How you going to take days when you couldn't even open the government for 40 some days? The longest in history is with you. Y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. Crazy work.
Why they saying, bro, Trump took away Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day for his birthday? What? And the crazy thing is, bro, I voted for Trump. But seeing him do this, Martin Luther King and Juneteenth, 2 black days for his birthday? What? Oh my gosh, what's going on, bro?
Americans, and especially Black Americans today, I speak not just to inform, but to remember and mourn and to resist. A decision has been made by the National Park Service that removes free admission to MLK Day and Juneteenth Day, that holds deep meaning for so many, and replace them with a free day tied to the birthday of our sitting president. MLK Day is not simply a day on a calendar. It is the day set aside to honor the spirit of justice, nonviolence, equality, dignity, and hope. It is a tribute to a man who challenged the US to live up to its highest value. Juneteenth is not merely another holiday. It is an emancipated holiday, a day when the promise of freedom finally reached Black people in the last holdouts of slavery. It marks a long-awaited fulfillment of a pledge to humanity. To remove free access to the nation's park on those days sends a message about whose history counts, whose memory is honored, and who is welcome. And for many Black Americans facing systemic inequality and economic barrier, and persistent reminders that belonging is not always guaranteed, those fee-free days were more than a discount. They were a door, a chance that for communities to step onto public land and breathe the air of national monuments and landscapes, to be included in the story of the US. When that door closes, it isn't just a matter of cost. It's about a statement about value, about whether Black Americans' history, freedom, and presence are seen as essential or optional. It whispers some lives, some legacy, many belong, but not all. This isn't simply about policy. It's about memory. It's about dignity. It's about who gets to belong. It's about whether public space and land meant for every single person who calls the US home truly are for everyone. Black Americans deserve to walk, to reflect, to rejoice, to belong like every American deserves. And if parks, monuments, and public lands are meant to tell our collective story, then let that story include freedom, struggle, resilience, and hope. Let that story belong to Black Americans as much as everyone else. Now, thank you for listening, and thank you for holding on to the truth. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more commentaries like this. Let me see you on the next video.